We didn't want to have a vanity piece here. If we were going to tell this 40-year journey, it had to be everybody's truth, because no matter what we talk about here today.
Rock legend. Jon Bon Jovi's recent revelation about his marriage has left fans and media stunned. The man who sang about giving love a bad name has now opened up about the struggles behind his seemingly picture-perfect union. After decades in the spotlight, what could possibly shake the foundations of one of rock's most enduring couples? In a candid confession, Bon Jovi peeled back the curtain on his relationship with high school sweetheart Dorothea, exposing the raw truth of love under the glare of fame. What challenges have they faced? How have they weathered the storms of stardom? Join us as we dissect the moment Bon Jovi made a sad confession about his marriage that has left the world stunned. Bon Jovi's heartbreaking and unexpected revelation about his marriage. Jon Bon Jovi, the legendary rock frontman renowned for his commanding vocals and enduring charisma, recently shared a deeply personal and unexpected revelation about his marriage that has captured widespread attention. Known for keeping his private life out of the spotlight, Bon Jovi surprised fans with a rare moment of vulnerability, offering an honest look into the complexities of his decades-long marriage to his high school sweetheart, Dorothea Hurley. In a heartfelt interview, Bon Jovi reflected on the highs and lows that have defined their relationship. He acknowledged that while their bond has remained strong over the years, it has not been without challenges. Life in the public eye, especially as a rock star constantly on tour and surrounded by temptation, brought moments of strain. Bon Jovi admitted to struggling with the pressures of fame, revealing that there were times when his actions tested the strength of their marriage. "There were moments I'm not proud of," he confessed. "Being in this industry, you're constantly exposed to things that can pull you away from what matters most. But I've been blessed with a partner who has shown resilience, patience, and unwavering support." His words struck a chord with many, not because of scandal, but because of their raw authenticity. Rather than presenting a picture-perfect narrative, Bon Jovi spoke openly about the emotional work required to sustain love through fame, fortune, and personal shortcomings. His gratitude for Dorothea's forgiveness and strength was clear, and his honesty humanized him in a way that many found refreshing. Bon Jovi's confession highlighted a universal truth: no relationship, no matter how iconic or seemingly perfect, is immune to hardship. His openness shed light on the often unseen challenges that accompany long-term partnerships, particularly under the constant scrutiny of fame. By sharing his story, Bon Jovi reminded the world that enduring love requires not just passion, but humility, commitment, and a willingness to grow. Jon Bon Jovi, from New Jersey roots to rock and roll royalty. Born on March 2, 1962 in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, John Francis Bon Jovi Jr., the future global rock icon, came from a modest working-class background. Raised in nearby Sayreville, he grew up in a household full of character and cultural richness. His father, John Sr., was a former Marine who became a barber, while his mother, Carol, worked as a florist and once modeled as a Playboy bunny. Their hard-working values and eclectic personalities shaped John's sense of determination and creativity from a young age. The Bonjovi family heritage was a unique blend of Italian, Slovak, German, and Russian roots, creating a culturally vibrant environment that later subtly influenced John's artistic expression. Music, in particular, captivated him early on. He recalls spending endless hours glued to the radio, absorbing the sounds of rock legends and dreaming of life on stage. At just 13, John picked up his first guitar, a moment that would mark the beginning of a lifelong love affair with music. During his teenage years, John's dedication to music deepened. He played in local bands, performed at school events, and immersed himself in the local music scene. At 12, he formed his first band, Rays, showcasing his drive and ambition even at a young age. It was also in high school that he met Dorothea Hurley, the girl who would later become his wife and lifelong partner. Jon continued to gain experience by performing with a variety of bands, including the Atlantic City Expressway, which featured keyboardist David Bryan, who would eventually become a founding member of Bon Jovi. These early gigs helped Jon develop his sound, performance style, and leadership qualities, all of which laid the groundwork for his future success. To support his dream, Jon worked odd jobs and spent time at his cousin Tony Bonjovi's power station recording studio in New York. There, he got his first professional recording experience, contributing vocals to the quirky track R2-D2 We Wish You a Merry Christmas for the Star Wars Holiday album. While small, this opportunity introduced him to the world of professional music production. Jon's big break came in 1983, when he assembled the original lineup of Bon Jovi: Richie Sambora on guitar, David Bryan on keyboards, Tico Torres on drums, and Alec John Such on bass. The band released their debut album in 1984, which introduced them to the music world, but it was their third album. Slippery When Wet, 1986, that made them superstars. Featuring smash hits like You Give Love a Bad Name and Livin' on a Prayer, the album catapulted Bon Jovi into global fame and cemented their place in rock history. Their sound, an infectious blend of hard rock and pop, resonated with millions and became the soundtrack for an entire generation. With fame came pressure, however. Constant touring, media attention, and the temptations of stardom challenged Jon's personal and professional life. Despite the chaos of celebrity, Jon remained grounded. He held tight to his roots, stayed loyal to his friends and family, and used his growing influence to support charitable causes. His early life journey, from a small-town dreamer to an international rock icon, was fueled by a potent mix of raw talent, relentless hard work, and a deep belief in the power of music. As we look back at the rise of Jon Bon Jovi, it's clear his story is more than just one of fame and fortune. It's one of resilience, loyalty, and passion. And now, having seen his path to the top, let's explore the enduring love story that unfolded along the way. How did Jon and Dorothea navigate the trials of fame? What's the secret behind their decades-long marriage? Jon's relationship with Dorothea Hurley. The love story of Jon Bon Jovi and Dorothea Hurley is one for the ages, a tale of high school sweethearts who beat the odds and built a life together amidst the chaos of rock stardom. Their journey began in the halls of Sayreville War Memorial High School in New Jersey, where a young Jon first laid eyes on Dorothea. As Jon tells it, their initial connection was far from the stuff of romantic ballads. "She let me cheat off her in history," he once recalled with a chuckle. "I was immediately taken with her from the moment I met her. And that's never changed." This simple act of academic solidarity sparked a friendship that would evolve into one of the most enduring relationships in the entertainment industry. Throughout their high school years, Jon and Dorothea's bond deepened. They shared dreams, supported each other's ambitions, and navigated the tumultuous waters of teenage life together. As Jon's musical career began to take shape, Dorothea remained a steadfast presence, offering encouragement and grounding him in reality. However, their path to matrimony was not without its twists and turns. As Bon Jovi's star began to rise, the pressures of fame and the allure of the rock and roll lifestyle tested their relationship. There was even a period when the couple briefly parted ways, with Jon having a short-lived romance with actress Diane Lane. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Jon and Dorothea found their way back to each other, their bond stronger for having weathered the storm. It was this renewed commitment that led to one of the most spontaneous and romantic gestures in their relationship, their Las Vegas wedding. On April 29, 1989, at the height of Bon Jovi's success, Jon and Dorothea made a decision that would change their lives forever. In the midst of a whirlwind tour, with their album topping the charts and their concerts selling out, the couple decided to elope. "We had the #1 album, the #1 song, and we were playing 3 nights at the Forum in Los Angeles," Jon recounted. He turned to Dorothea and said, "Why don't we go right now?" Without telling anyone, not their families, not the band, not their managers, they hopped on a plane to Las Vegas and tied the knot. The spontaneity of their wedding reflected the passion and impulsivity of their love, but it also spoke to their desire to keep their relationship sacred, away from the prying eyes of the media and the expectations of the industry. This decision, while romantic, wasn't without its consequences. Jon's management was less than thrilled, viewing the marriage as a potential risk to his heartthrob image and, by extension, the band's success. But Jon and Dorothea were undeterred. They understood that their love was bigger than any career considerations, and they were committed to building a life together, come what may. This commitment has been the bedrock of their relationship for over 3 decades, seeing them through the highs of continued success and the lows of personal and professional challenges. Throughout their marriage, Dorothea has been Jon's rock, his confidant, and his harshest critic when needed. "She's the one argument I can't win," Jon once quipped, but it's this honesty and willingness to challenge each other that has kept their relationship strong and vibrant. As they've grown together, Jon and Dorothea have faced the challenges of raising 4 children in the spotlight, navigating the demands of Jon's career, and maintaining their own identities amidst the frenzy of fame. They've done so with grace, humor, and an unwavering commitment to each other and their family. Now we peek into the private world of the Bon Jovi clan. How do they balance stardom with normalcy? What challenges have they faced raising 4 children in the spotlight? Bon Jovi's family life. The Bon Jovi household stands as a testament that even amidst the chaos of fame, a stable and nurturing family life is entirely possible. Jon Bon Jovi and his wife, Dorothea Hurley, have raised 4 children together: Stephanie Rose, Jesse James Lewis, Jacob Hurley, and Romeo John, each bringing their own personality, challenges, and blessings to the family dynamic. Despite the rock star lifestyle, the Bon Jovi family has remained grounded, connected, and committed to one another. Stephanie Rose, the eldest, was born on May 31, 1993. Growing up as the daughter of a global rock icon came with its fair share of pressure, but Jon and Dorothea made every effort to offer her a life grounded in normalcy. Stephanie has occasionally joined her father on stage, displaying a natural musical talent, yet her life hasn't been free of hardship. In 2012, the family experienced a frightening ordeal when Stephanie overdosed on heroin while at college. The incident devastated the Bon Jovis, and Jon later described it as the worst moment of his life. The fear and helplessness he felt during that time left a deep impression on him. However, the family rallied around Stephanie during her recovery, turning a traumatic experience into a moment of growth and learning. They've since used the experience to raise awareness about substance abuse and offer support to others facing similar challenges. Jesse James Lewis, born on February 19, 1995, took a different route from his father's musical career. An accomplished football player during his time at Notre Dame, Jesse later ventured into entrepreneurship. In 2018, he and Jon launched Hampton Water Wine Company, a rosé brand that quickly found success. Their collaboration has not only become a business venture, but also a bonding experience, strengthening their father-son relationship through shared passion and mutual respect. Jacob Hurley, born May 7, 2002, entered the world under dramatic circumstances. While Jon was performing in New Orleans, Dorothea went into labor. In a heart-racing dash, Jon returned home to New Jersey just in time for his son's birth. That moment highlighted the ongoing balancing act between Jon's professional obligations and his commitment to being present for his family's milestones. The youngest of the family, Romeo Jon, arrived on March 24, 2004. His birth completed the Bonjovi clan, bringing with him a fresh sense of joy and energy. Jon has often shared how fatherhood has profoundly impacted him, reshaping his priorities and deepening his emotional outlook on life. Raising 4 children under the scrutiny of fame came with unique pressures, but Jon and Dorothea made their children's privacy and well-being their top priorities. They worked hard to give them as typical a childhood as possible, away from the glare of the spotlight. Strong values such as humility, kindness, hard work, and community involvement were instilled early on. Their dedication to philanthropy, most notably through the JBJ Soul Foundation, has also played a significant role in shaping the children's understanding of responsibility and empathy. By watching their parents give back, the Bonjovi kids have seen firsthand how fame can be used to uplift others. Despite Jon's demanding career and constant public attention, the Bonjovi home has remained a sanctuary of normalcy. Family meals, helping with homework, and spending quality time together were always prioritized. These moments provided the foundation for the love and trust that defines their bond. Jon frequently credits Dorothea as the anchor of their family. Her resilience, warmth, and unwavering dedication have been vital to keeping the household stable while Jon toured the world. Her presence ensured that their children always felt safe and loved, no matter how busy life became. Now that their children are older and beginning to carve their own paths, Jon and Dorothea continue to offer unwavering support, encouraging each of them to follow their passions and embrace their individuality. Through it all, the Bonjovi family remains a rare example of unity, strength, and love in the world of celebrity. Jon Bon Jovi's philanthropic efforts. Jon Bon Jovi's impact extends far beyond the realm of music. Together with his wife Dorothea, he has built a legacy of philanthropy that has touched countless lives. At the heart of their charitable efforts is the JBJ Soul Foundation, established in 2006 with a mission to break the cycle of poverty and homelessness. The genesis of the foundation can be traced back to a pivotal moment in 2005, when Jon saw a homeless man sleeping on a grate outside his hotel in Philadelphia. This encounter deeply affected him, prompting a desire to make a tangible difference in people's lives. Rather than simply writing checks, Jon and Dorothea decided to take a hands-on approach to philanthropy. The JBJ Soul Foundation's first major project was the renovation of 15 homes in Philadelphia. This initial effort laid the groundwork for what would become a nationwide movement to provide affordable housing solutions for individuals and families facing economic hardship. Working closely with organizations like Habitat for Humanity, the foundation has since expanded its reach, launching ambitious projects across the United States. To date, the JBJ Soul Foundation has helped build over 500 affordable housing units, providing not just shelter, but hope and a path to stability for countless individuals and families. But perhaps the most innovative and impactful initiative of the foundation is the JBJ Soul Kitchen. Conceived by Dorothea Bonjovi, These community restaurants operate on a unique pay-what-you-can model. Diners are asked to make a suggested donation to cover their meal, but those who can't afford to pay can volunteer their time in exchange for a nutritious meal. The first Soul Kitchen opened its doors in Red Bank, New Jersey, in 2011. Since then, additional locations have been established, each serving as a beacon of hope and dignity for those struggling with food insecurity. The restaurants don't just provide meals, they foster a sense of community, bringing people from all walks of life together around the same table. What sets the Soul Kitchen apart is its emphasis on dignity and empowerment. There are no prices on the menu, and cash registers are conspicuously absent. Whether a patron can afford to pay or not, everyone is treated with the same respect and served the same high-quality, locally sourced meals. Jon and Dorothea's hands-on approach to their philanthropic efforts is evident in their frequent presence at the Soul Kitchens. They can often be found working alongside volunteers, serving meals, and interacting with patrons. This personal involvement underscores their commitment to not just writing checks, but actively engaging with and understanding the communities they serve. The impact of the JBJ Soul Foundation extends beyond housing and food security. The organization has also launched programs focused on job training, healthcare, and veteran support. For instance, the foundation partnered with the Department of Veterans Affairs to create the Beat Center, bringing everyone all together in Toms River, New Jersey. This one-stop facility provides food distribution, culinary training, and other social services to veterans and other members of the community in need. Jon's dedication to philanthropy has inspired others in the entertainment industry to leverage their fame for good causes. He's been a vocal advocate for social responsibility, often using his platform to raise awareness about issues of poverty and homelessness. The foundation's work has not gone unnoticed. It has received numerous accolades, including the National Alliance to End Homelessness's Personal Achievement Award. However, for Jon and Dorothea, the real reward is in the lives they've touched and the communities they've helped transform. Their philanthropic journey has also had a profound impact on their own lives. Jon has often spoken about how his charitable work has given him a sense of purpose beyond his music career. It's broadened his perspective, deepened his empathy, and reinforced his commitment to using his success as a force for positive change. For Dorothea, the foundation's work has been a natural extension of her nurturing spirit. Her vision for the Soul Kitchen, in particular, reflects her belief in the power of community and the dignity inherent in every individual, regardless of their circumstances. The Bonjovi have also made it a priority to involve their children in their philanthropic efforts, instilling in them a sense of social responsibility from an early age. This family commitment to giving back has created a legacy that extends beyond Jon's musical achievements. As the foundation continues to grow and evolve, Jon and Dorothea remain committed to their mission of breaking the cycle of poverty, hunger, and homelessness. They've demonstrated that celebrity can be a powerful tool for social change when coupled with genuine commitment and hands-on involvement. Through their philanthropic efforts, Jon and Dorothea Bonjovi have shown that rock stardom and social responsibility are not mutually exclusive. They've used their platform to shine a light on critical issues and, more importantly, to take concrete action to address them. Their work serves as a powerful reminder that everyone, regardless of their status or resources, has the capacity to make a positive difference in the world. Stay tuned as we trace the meteoric rise of a rock icon. How did Bon Jovi stay relevant for 4 decades? What are his most significant musical milestones? Jon Bon Jovi's career, highlights, and achievements. Jon Bon Jovi's career spans over 4 decades, marked by numerous milestones that have cemented his status as a rock icon. With all his chart-topping hits and groundbreaking tours, his journey in the music industry is a testament to his talent, perseverance, and ability to evolve with the times. Bon Jovi's ascent to stardom began in the mid-1980s with the release of their self-titled debut album. While it garnered some attention, it was their third album, Slippery When Wet, 1986, that catapulted them to international fame. The album spawned multiple hit singles, including You Give Love a Bad Name and Livin' on a Prayer, which became anthems of a generation. Slippery When Wet sold over 28 million copies worldwide, establishing Bon Jovi as a force to be reckoned with in the rock music scene. The band's follow-up album, New Jersey, 1988, further solidified their status as rock superstars. It produced 5 top 10 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, a feat that had not been achieved by a hard rock album before. This period marked the peak of Bon Jovi's commercial success, with sold-out arena tours and a string of music videos that dominated MTV. As the 1990s dawned, Bon Jovi faced the challenge of adapting to changing musical tastes. Many of their hair metal contemporaries struggled to maintain relevance, but Bon Jovi successfully navigated this transition. Albums like Keep the Faith, 1992, and These Days, 1995, showcased a more mature sound while retaining the band's signature anthemic style. In the year 2000, Bon Jovi kicked off the new millennium with a bang. Their single, It's My Life, from the album Crush, introduced them to a new generation of fans while reaffirming their appeal to longtime followers. The song became one of their biggest hits and is often cited as the track that revitalized their career for the 21st century. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, Bon Jovi continued to release successful albums and embark on record-breaking tours. Their 2007-2008 Lost Highway Tour was the highest-grossing tour of 2008, demonstrating their enduring appeal as live performers. The band's ability to fill stadiums across the globe solidified their status as one of the most successful touring acts in music history. 2018 marked a significant milestone in Bon Jovi's career when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This honor recognized not just their commercial success, but their lasting impact on the rock music landscape. During his induction speech, Jon reflected on the band's journey, acknowledging the hard work, dedication, and passion that fueled their success. Beyond his work with Bon Jovi, Jon has also pursued a successful solo career. His debut solo album, Blaze of Glory, 1990, was inspired by the film Young Guns 2 and earned him an Academy Award nomination and a Golden Globe for the title track. This foray into solo work allowed Jon to explore different musical styles and collaborations, further showcasing his versatility as an artist. Jon's talents extend beyond music. He's made several forays into acting, appearing in films like Moonlight and Valentino, 1995, and TV shows such as Ally McBeal and Sex and the City. While music remains his primary focus, these acting roles have allowed him to explore different facets of his creativity. In recent years, Jon has ventured into the business world. In 2018, he launched Hampton Water Wine Company with his son Jesse. The rosé brand has received critical acclaim, earning a spot on Wine Spectator's Top 100 Wines list. This venture showcases Jon's entrepreneurial spirit and his ability to succeed in arenas beyond music. Throughout his career, Jon Bon Jovi has received numerous awards and accolades. These include multiple Grammy nominations, American Music Awards, and an Ivor Novello Award for songwriting. He's been inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, recognizing his skill as a lyricist and composer. Bon Jovi's music has left an indelible mark on popular culture. Songs like Livin' on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive and It's My Life have become timeless classics, still receiving regular airplay and featuring in movies, TV shows, and commercials decades after their release. As of 2024, Bon Jovi continues to create music and perform, with no signs of slowing down. Their ability to maintain relevance and connect with audiences across generations is a testament to Jon's songwriting prowess and the band's musical adaptability. Jon Bon Jovi's career highlights and achievements paint a picture of an artist who has not only achieved remarkable success, but has also shown remarkable longevity in a notoriously fickle industry. His career demonstrates that with talent, hard work, and the ability to evolve, it's possible to not just survive, but thrive in the music industry for decades. We are going to delve into the struggles behind the success. How has Bon Jovi overcome personal and professional obstacles? What impact have these challenges had on his life and music? Jon Bon Jovi's personal challenges. Despite the glitz and glamour associated with rock stardom, Jon Bon Jovi's life has not been without its share of personal challenges. These difficulties have tested his resilience, shaped his character, and ultimately contributed to the depth and authenticity of his music and philanthropic work. One of the most publicized and harrowing challenges the Bon Jovi family faced was their daughter Stephanie's heroin overdose in 2012. Stephanie, then a student at Hamilton College, was found unresponsive in her dorm room. The incident sent shockwaves through the family and forced them to confront the reality of addiction head-on. Jon described this as the worst moment of his life. The fear and helplessness he experienced upon receiving the call from the hospital was overwhelming. It was a terrible situation that I wouldn't wish on any parent, he later shared in an interview. The incident brought the family closer together as they rallied around Stephanie, supporting her through recovery and addressing the underlying issues that led to her substance use. This personal crisis also had a profound impact on Jon's perspective and his music. It inspired him to write more introspective, emotionally raw songs, as evidenced in the band's 2016 album, This House Is Not For Sale. The experience also deepened his commitment to addressing social issues, including addiction and mental health, through his philanthropic work. Another significant challenge Jon has faced is maintaining his creativity and relevance in an ever-changing music industry. As musical trends shifted away from the hair metal sound that initially propelled Bon Jovi to fame, Jon had to evolve as an artist. This meant taking risks, experimenting with new sounds, and sometimes facing criticism from both fans and critics. The pressure to continually produce hit songs and sell out tours has been a constant throughout his career. There's always that fear that you're one hit away from has-been status, Jon once admitted. This fear has driven him to push his creative boundaries, resulting in a diverse discography that spans multiple decades and musical styles. The music industry's transition to digital platforms presented another hurdle. Like many artists of his generation, Jon had to adapt to new ways of distributing music and connecting with fans. This required embracing social media, streaming services, and other digital tools. A significant shift for someone who came up in the era of physical albums and MTV. On a personal level, Jon has been open about the toll that his career has taken on his family life. The demands of touring, recording, and managing his various business ventures have often kept him away from home for extended periods. Balancing these professional commitments with his role as a husband and father has been an ongoing challenge. Jon has also grappled with the pressures of maintaining his public image. As a celebrity, every aspect of his life is subject to scrutiny. Rumors, tabloid stories, and public misconceptions have been a constant throughout his career. Learning to navigate this loss of privacy and maintain his authenticity in the face of public expectations has been a significant personal challenge. Moreover, Jon has had to confront his own mistakes and shortcomings. In various interviews, he has alluded to past infidelities and moments of weakness. Addressing these issues, both within his marriage and publicly, required a great deal of courage and humility. Thanks for watching. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. And while you're still here, click the video on your screen for more mind-blowing videos.